In a single day last week trading Forex, I lost $17,000. And I'm going to show you why I'm actually kind of excited about that. Here was the day last week. Euro AUD, USD JPY, Euro CAD, all on March 4th. I've lost 17 grand. But it's actually paved the way for a couple really nice trading opportunities that I'm in right now. And I'm going to break it down completely here in this video. You know, this month marks 9 years since I started trading back in March of 2016. It's now March of 2025. I just turned 30 a couple days ago. I'm 30 years old. I'm no longer in my 20s, so it's time to actually take some shit a little bit more seriously now, try to get my life together and maybe not lose as much money in a day. So that way, instead of losing millions per year, maybe I'll only lose like a couple 100,000 per year trading Forex. But the whole point of this is to show you that regardless of your trading approach, you're going to have win streaks. You're going to have losing streaks. Sometimes you feel like a god on the win streaks. Everyone's bowing before you. People literally come knock at my door. They climb up my high-rise building and get on my balcony and start banging on the window, trying to get in to kiss and worship my bald, shiny head of truth and justice. But then whenever I'm on a losing streak, I get dragged to Jerusalem and they start flogging me and put me on a cross and try to crucify me. So this is just kind of a win-lose situation here. But let me show you some stuff. I'm going to show you some really cool stuff. So I took some trades last week, and there was some stuff I was looking at here in my free Telegram channel. This is just where I share all my trades. It's very exclusive, very private. Almost no one knows about it. There's only 62,000 people in here right now. So if you want to be part of the exclusive few tiny group of people that's in there, just click the link in the description. You can join, and you can actually just follow all my trades and analysis and all this shit for free. I just post it all in here. I post my trade P&L. I post everything. Like, it's very simple analysis. I don't really do anything crazy complicated. You're not going to find any super complicated wild strategies in here. It's just me just showing everything. It's just showing everything I'm doing. The crypto portfolios, a little bit of stocks sometimes, mostly Forex trading. And yeah, just click the link in the description. You can come see it all for yourself. But I'm going to show you right here what I'm looking for this week. Now, there's a couple of setups that could be setting up that if they do set up, it would then provide a proper setup for us to trade that setup. So, what am I setting up here by saying all that? I'm just showing you some trading opportunities. That's all. Let's get into it. What do I do? If you're new here to my channel, my name's Nick. I'm just some bald guy who trades. This is all I do. Right now, I go to the daily and 4-hour chart. I wait for price to get to what I think is a really major, clear support resistance zone, and then I just buy or I sell. If it's a resistance zone, I sell. I just put a stop on the other side of the zone and put a target at a 1-to-1 risk-reward ratio. Usually, sometimes it's different. Every trade's different. Sometimes it's like a 1 to 1.5. Sometimes it's a 1 to 2. It just kind of depends on the context. And that's pretty much all I do. I just trade little bounces of support resistance zones. If it's prices at a support zone, then it's just vice versa, right? I'll just buy at the zone, stop below, target above. And, I use discretion. I use some intuition. I use my experience. But believe me, I've tried everything over the years. I have tried the convergent, divergent, moving average distribution, Wyckoff liquidity, smart money, institutional order block, accumulation, fair value distribution gap, bullish Wagyu beef, Kobe steak, entry candlestick strategy. And believe me, it is more complicated than I could ever imagine. And I'm not that smart. I'm kind of an idiot. You're probably an idiot too, right? Very few people are actually smart. I just couldn't figure that out. What's worked great for me? Buying and selling at support resistance with controlled risk. And, over the course of my trading career, I've used different risk structures, slightly different modifications to the entry. Sometimes I'll do this, sometimes I'll do that. Sometimes I've used as a risk structure, I've used like hedging and dollar cost averaging and partitioning trades and separating them into multiple basket entries and all this crazy shit. You know what still works the best? Buying and selling at support resistance zones. And for the risk structure, just a stop loss on the other side and a target of at least a 1-to-1. Even if you have no clue what you're doing and you're just blindfolding yourself and randomly entering buys and sells with the 1-to-1 risk reward ratio, risking the same amount each time, you're going to roughly end up break even, right? You're still going to, half the trades will win, half the trades will lose, minus fees and commissions and spreads. Maybe you might have a little bit less than a 50% edge, right? Maybe you'll have like a 48, 49%. But if you can just slightly increase that win rate to maybe 60%, boom, you have a profitable trading approach. And sure, you'll win trades and lose trades. You'll have multiple winning trades in a row, multiple losing trades in a row. But long term, you'll be profitable if you're just using a 1-to-1 risk reward ratio and you have a win rate above 50%. So if you just get enough experience, you start being able to kind of pick out certain zones and areas where you think price is more likely to bounce. And then you can buy and sell and you can just be on your merry way. So the market has just beat the jolly dickens out of me last week over here on this these three trades right here, and I want to break these all down for you. I just actually want to show you guys these three trades. So let's look at Euro AUD first. So this is a trade I called either last week or the week before, or something like that. And what did I do? I sold right here at this resistance zone. What did the trade look like? It looked like this, something like that. You can go look in the Telegram channel and you can see exactly all the specifics, but it looked essentially something like this. I sold right there. The price broke above and stopped me out that, and if it bounced, I would have made a profit. Now, why did I sell here? This is really complicated, so pay attention. I sold here because this is a clear daily resistance zone. That's it. Now, of course, price will bounce sometimes, and of course, price will break sometimes. But again, the point is not to get it right every damn time. Every trading strategy you have, whether you buy or you sell, whether you're a trend trader, a reversion trader, momentum trader, you have no clue what kind of trader you are. You just literally blindfold yourself and you start smashing buy and sell buttons on the keyboard. Whatever your trading strategy is, you're going to win some and you're going to lose some. Okay, so the reasons for why you entered a trade, or the reasons why you think your price is going to go up because of the institutional fundamentals and economic context behind the trade, just means that the dollar is going to strengthen, so that the dollar is going to go up. I don't give a shit about any of that. Because honestly, that's still 50-50, right? You still don't really know exactly what will happen. You could have a strong US dollar, and it's all the news and everything. It's Trump tariffs and there's all this bullshit going on. Then you buy and then boom, it tanks and goes down. Just like the stock market's done the past couple of weeks, and cryptocurrency too. Everyone's like, oh, it's so bullish, and then boom, it goes down. Fundamentals, economics, technical analysis, none of it makes any sense really. You just have to get enough experience watching the same shit happen over and over again. And if you just do that, then you get to the point where you can kind of quote unquote feel what you think might happen. And you're able to use your judgment, your subjective opinion, your discretion, your intuition. You're able to use all those things to kind of say, this doesn't seem like the greatest trade. Let me just skip that for today. I'm not going to take that trade. But then you look over here and you're like, wait, but this trade looks really good. And someone can be like, how do you know that? And you're like, well, I don't know, but my experience all is coming together and it just makes me think this is a better trade. You won't be able to really put it into words, but by just doing this simple shit over and over, like buying and selling at support resistance zones with stops and targets of 1-to-1, it makes it super simple for you to get experience. So that stopped out. That didn't work. That was Euro AUD. Now, if you go and you look here, the second trade that I lost this week was a USD JPY trade. I had bought at a support zone. I'm going to show you how simple the analysis was. This one actually went into $5,000 of profit before actually breaking below zone. I ended up closing a little, about halfway to the stop loss. It was a $5,000 risk for a $10,000 target. It ended up bouncing, went into $5,000 of profit, but it did not go all the way to my target up there, which was up here about $10,000. Instead, it went into $5,000 profit, turned back around. I ended up closing down here as it started to break that zone. Had a $5,000 risk, and I ended up closing about $3,200, so a little more than halfway to the stop. I'll just call it about halfway to the stop. It was a small loss. Now, I also had a Euro CAD loss as well, and again, why did I buy USD JPY? It's super simple. It was at a support zone, and then the target was up here. So, it is what it is. Not every trade's going to win. So EuroCAD, why did I enter this trade? Well, it's pretty simple. I sold right here at the resistance zone. I had a stop loss above, and then I had a target somewhere below. You can go look at my exact parameters in the Telegram channel. I think maybe the stop loss was a little bit wider, and the target was maybe down here. But it was essentially this. I just sold at a resistance. If you're looking at a chart and you could see where the obvious clear area is that price is bouncing over and over, it just makes it so much easier, and you don't have to play all these mental gymnastics with yourself. Maybe this is a resistance zone, where you start doing shit like this and you're like, yeah, right there, technically that's where the liquidity is, because look, you can see the market makers faked out the retail traders and hit their stops and then tried to fake them out again here. But then that's the actual zone. But look how many times it breaks through it, right? It's not very consistent, right? And sometimes you have zones like that are consistent at first, like this little support zone, but then price starts just going back and forth through it and ends up just being hell. You know what I like doing? I like doing shit like this, where it's just there's a low there and then it bounced again there. That's a pretty clear, obvious zone. Stuff like this, where it's it bounced 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times, right? After this zone got created, if you just started selling, the third, fourth, fifth time, all those would have worked out unless your target was a million pips below. But just taking the little bounces away from the zone, right? It doesn't have to be anything crazy. Just little, price gets there again, you sell. You just put your stop above. You don't want it too close, but you don't want to way the hell up here either. You just put your stop a good distance above the zone. Set a target of just 1-to-1. And then again, when you're just getting started doing this, you can do this on your own because of how simple it is, right? It takes like 10 seconds to do on pretty much any chart, in my opinion. But it's gonna give you that experience to start saying, okay, I'm just selling at the zone. Okay, it's cool. It's that simple. And then you just let it play out, right? Half the trades will win, half the trades will lose. As you start getting better at it, you can start selecting to not take certain trades and maybe even risking more on certain trades that you believe personally are better. Then you can make more on your winners and you lose on your losers on average. And then, you know, your little edge will make you profitable. And it's so cute and it's so adorable. Now, I sold EuroCAD right here last week. Price got into the zone. I sold. I had a stop above and target below went up and hit the stop loss. And I risked 10 grand on this. So I lost these trades. So I lost 5K on Euro AUD. I lost 3,000 on UJ. And I lost 10K on EuroCAD. That resulted in a little over $17,000 of loss in a single day. But you know why I'm not worried? Because check it out. I'm going to show you something really cool here. I'm going to show you my little sneaky trades that I'm in right now. Euro AUD, the first trade didn't work out, right? Didn't bounce here at the highs. I thought it was going to bounce there at the highs. You know, it didn't bounce. Whatever. Fine. You know, not every trade's going to win. Cool. Now we're at a set of extreme daily highs. And some people would even argue that we are at a set of weekly highs. Because when you go to the weekly chart, right, price is just coming deep up into here to this threshold where prices have these huge reversions every time, right? It's like 1,000 pip move down right there. It's like a 900 pip move. That's like an 1,100 pip move. If we just get half of that, like 500 pips, right? I mean, my God, if you have a 500 pip stop right here and then a 500 pip target, that's an easy 1-to-1 risk reward ratio, which is why I have risked quite a bit on this trade just because I think the quality of the trading opportunity is very good. First and foremost, could this spike the hell up and go and kill me and hit my stop loss? My stop loss is like above this zone. In fact, as a matter of fact, let's go look at where the stop loss is. This is what it looks like right now. I'm in 2 Euro AUD sells right there. We'll talk about GBP CAD here in a second. But here's what it is. Here's exactly how it looks. I entered my first sell here, and then when price came up here, I've added to my trade. See, a lot of people will say never add to losing positions and only add to winning positions. And then there was people like me who I used to say, like, you know, never add to winning positions because you just get a shittier price and then now it's more risk. But if you add to losing positions, now you improve your entry up to a point. Then if price finally has a reversion, then you'll make a profit. And sometimes you'll have a big loss, but it happens so irregularly. And if you can kind of read the context and you learn price action a little bit, you can oftentimes avoid a lot of those losses. And yet the case still remains that adding to losing trades or adding to winning trades, it doesn't matter. You can do whatever the hell you want. It doesn't matter. And you can even do it with stop losses, right? You could have like a sort of a criteria where I'm going to add here. And if I still think it works out and it goes against me, then I'll add here. And then if that doesn't work, then you have maybe a final stop loss just past it. That's how I've elected to manage this Euro AUD trade. I sold right here. Price went up against me. I sold here. And you can actually see that first loss right there from last week that I just showed you. You know, price popped up above the zone. I lost, I think it was like 5K or something. That was one of the losses. It just popped up and boom. So that was one of the losses. I also had a previous win right here. This was a nice little win. I don't even remember exactly how much I made on this. Maybe it was 5K. Maybe it was 10K. Maybe it was 8K. I can't remember exactly. I think it was like a 10K winner, but I made a previous YouTube video about that. And it's all on Telegram. If you're not on the Telegram channel, you're insane. It's literally free. You could be in there in like 3 seconds. Just click the link in the description. I'll even put it in the pinned comment for your lazy ass. So you could just click and join. And if you don't like it, it's a free Telegram channel. I don't really know what else to tell you. You can just leave the Telegram channel, you know, and I will just screw off. It's no big deal. But I think it'll help you a lot to be there in there. So that's why I'm saying you should join it, because it's just free and it's right there and there's 60,000 people. So this is what my Euro AUD trade looks like. Now, what is the logic behind this trade? Okay, this is super crazy complicated. There is a major resistance zone right here that price seems to, for some reason, have had 2 huge bounces at it in the past. And now price has gotten to this zone. My first entry was right here, and it was around that high, right? So it's like right here, and that was the one that you just saw. And then now I've just added again, and my final stop is far enough above where if I'm right about this, then it's not going to stop out. And if it does stop out, I'll lose $22,000. However, if it works out, I'm going to make $27,000. That's right. So $22,000 risk right now for a potential $27,000 gain if it just has a little tiny move down away from the zone up there. Some people might not call this a tiny move. I think given the context of like the bigger picture, we've had 1,000 pip moves away from this zone. Even if we do half of that, I'm still going to get my target hit, right? It didn't have to go like very far. It has to just go like probably like this far. That's not really trying to be a hero or shooting for the moon here. It's just like kind of saying, hey, if it just barely bounces away from the zone, I'll make 27 grand in a single trade. And that'll wipe out like way more than all the previous 3 losses I've had. Just on this one trade, it'll bring it all back and more. And that's not even counting if GBP CAD works out. Believe me, we're going to talk about that one here in a second. But Euro AUD, I sold because price is at resistance. I don't really know how much more complicated to make it. Price got to what I think is a clear resistance zone, and I sold with a stop above and a target below. It is just that simple. So with that being said, we will see what happens on Euro AUD. Now, there is another trade that I'm in right now. A very sexy trade, a very sweet trade, a very lovely trade, the best trade, the greatest trade this country has ever seen. Such an incredible trade. So tremendous, folks. Believe me, it's just so incredible. This trade, GBP Canadian dollar. Now, why have I elected to sell GBP CAD? Well, I mean, it's very simple. Price is going up, then down, and then up, and then down, then up, and then down, and then up, and then down, and then up, and then down, and now it's gone up. Now, I have this very genius idea that maybe price might go down because it just went up. It's crazy. It's like super magic, like Hogwarts wizardry over here. It's just, price usually when it makes a higher high, it generally has a turnover and comes back down. It's also a major weekly daily zone. So if you just draw in where the previous highs, it bounced right here. This whole general region, right? Price found resistance here, price found support here twice, and then it found resistance again right here. And then now we're back deep into the zone. I just think it might drop. Sue me. Please don't actually sue me. But I just think it might drop down. Even as we sit here, we have to, recognize that Forex trading carries substantial risk. It's risky and most investors lose money, and nothing I say is financial advice. And you're probably going to lose money even if you listen to everything I say. 90% of people just lose their ass trading Forex or doing really any type of investing. 90% of people fail at pretty much almost anything crazy. Like, right? How many people that are doctors? Most people who start medical school never become doctors. Most people who try to do anything great kind of fail at it because it's hard. Forex trading is hard. It's not just easy. You're going to make millions of dollars trading. It's like, it's a pain in the ass. You lose $17,000 in a day. Sometimes I look at my crypto portfolio and I'm down like $150,000 in a day. And I have to sit there and just like somehow chill out and just make my scrambled eggs. And my wife is like, hey, baby, how's trading going? And I'm like, it's going great. Everything's fine. Nothing to worry about. Everything's good. And I have like the hide the pain Harold face where I'm just like, trading's crazy, but it is what it is. All we can do is just keep on trading and controlling risk. So this is my way of participating in GBP Canadian dollar. What does my trade look like? It looks something like this. My sell is right here, a little bit below, and then a target's up here and a stop's down there. Let's go get the actual exact trade. I share all the analysis and stuff in Telegram for free, and then all the exact trades that are called out live for the entries. I gotta make money somehow. I don't sell courses anymore. I don't really sell anything just except a group where you can join and follow all my trades in real time, everything, full management. I show my P&L, show my terminal, show the live accounts, everything. And it also has a group chat where you just ask me questions. And then we all kind of hang out on Zoom most weekdays in the morning during New York session, 7 a.m. Central Standard Time here in Texas. We just do some live sessions. People can get on. We can all shoot the shit, chat with each other, hang out. It's a lot of fun. That's all I charge for. It's a little monthly subscription thing. Here's the GBP CAD trade that I entered. So what is this right here? I just sold right here when price made the new high and started to reject. And I put the stop loss up here. It looks like 1.874 and then a target down here at 1.816. And it's a $10,000 risk to make a potential $10,000. My risk usually is anywhere from like $5,000 to $20,000. It just kind of depends on the trading opportunity. If the trading opportunity I think is worth taking, but it's like, it's not the greatest, but it's still worth taking. It's still worth a shot. Then I'll enter and I'll risk 5K. If it's a decent average trading opportunity, I'll risk 10K. And if it's something that I really, really like, I'll risk anywhere from 15 to 20K. It just depends on the situation. Each trading opportunity is different, and different trading opportunities do have different statistical likelihoods of either winning or losing. So that's why you see me, I'm risking $10,000 on GBP CAD here. And, but I'm only risking I'm only, excuse me, folks. I'm only risking $10,000, just like a lowly peasant farmer. I'm only risking $10,000, barely anything, but I'm risking like $23,000 on the other trade on Euro AUD. So we'll see where this one goes, right? Those are my two trades. And the crazy part is I don't really have any other fancy analysis to show you because I'm looking at the other charts and I don't really see anything. Okay. I look at Euro CAD and I don't really see anything personally. Sure, price could fall since it just made a new high, but I'm already in GBP CAD, and GBP CAD and Euro CAD, they're correlated assets. They both have the Canadian dollar there in the secondary quote currency location. So if GCAD continues up, so will Euro CAD. So there's no sense in selling both of them at the same time. Now, of course, you could say, hey, if GBP CAD goes down, that means Euro CAD also will go down. And so maybe you should sell Euro CAD as well. Well, that's essentially just doubling your risk on the same trade. So I just generally don't overexpose myself to currency correlation. But what I am waiting for is if Euro CAD can get all the way deep up here into this resistance zone, very complicated, pay very close attention. If it goes into the resistance zone where it's had these huge bounces 3 times in the past, then I will probably sell. I know it's so hard to follow. Wait, hold on. I missed a step, Nick. What are you doing? I'm like, I wait for price to get to a major daily support or resistance zone, and they're like, okay, yeah, and they're taking notes, and I'm like, and then I buy or I sell. I know it can get really lost and confusing, but that's like legit all I do. If you don't believe me, go to my Telegram channel, scroll through everything. I've been running this for like past 7 years now, since the summer of 2018. Where I got bored sitting in my apartment trading, and I used to get excited about making like $300 in a day. And now I'm sitting here, I watch my crypto portfolio go up and down $100,000 or more in a day. And I just don't care. I'm kind of a psychopath. I've had anxiety and depression and panic attacks in the past before, but for some reason, looking at my trading terminal just doesn't seem to do anything to me. If I make like 50 grand in a day, I'm like, whatever. If I lose 50 grand in a day, I'm like, whatever. I'm going to still make my scrambled eggs and go to the gym and work out and watch some cute cat videos. My life is probably not much different than yours, aside from the zeros behind all the numbers I'm trading with. But my free Telegram channel, I share all this, and you can actually just go and see all for yourself. I share literally everything in there. Everything else, I don't really see a lot of other opportunities. I've got my alerts in place, GBP USD. You're probably wondering, why is his alert right there? What's going on? Look at this Hogwarts magic. This is some Harry Potter wizardry right here. It's just it's a resistance zone. Price broke above, found support, broke back below, tested as resistance and fell. Came back up there recently, dropped again last year in September. And now if we get there again, I have this crazy idea where I think, hey, maybe price might bounce. And so my crazy idea is to say, if price gets up there and it's going to bounce, it's probably not going to break above. So my stop can go just above the zone. And my target only has to be a 1-to-1. And all this means is that if it just has the tiniest little trickle away from the zone, then I make money and I'm happy, right? The smallest move away from the zone it ever had was right there, and it actually would have gone past what the target was, right? And again, you don't have to make your stop super close to like just right above the previous highs, because then sometimes it'll pin up and it'll stop you out and just reverse, or the spread will hit you out at the session changeover. So you don't want to smother it. But then again, you don't have to have your stop like some shit like that, right? In this case, what's that? It's like 1,400 pips. Yeah, I just got a 1,400 pip stop just to be safe, right? Then you got to be a hero and try to target a 1,500 pip move to make the trade and the swap fees and the commissions worth your time to hold it. Stupid. But here's what I'm waiting for in GBP USD. Everything else is just kind of stale, right? Euro USD, I'm waiting for the zone right there. I don't even have to draw the support resistance zone. I mean, just like look here on the daily chart. I'll draw it just for a second, and then I'll delete it. You see this? This is how simple it is, right? And that takes, how long does that take you to actually do? Like 10 seconds? And if you're following it for free in my Telegram channel, like, damn it, then that takes 5 seconds, because I've already done all the work for you. I've already shown you all the analysis. I've already sent you all the damn screenshots in here with stupid little arrows showing, hey, it might bounce here, it might do this, might do that. I've already shown you my frustrated face after losing 17 grand, and I won't be able to afford the payments on my Porsche GT4. It's so crazy that like it's just all right there. Now, instead of it taking you an entire 10 seconds to do your analysis, it can take you only 5 seconds per pair. But I'm not guaranteeing you anything. Maybe you're just that slow. It'll take you like 10 minutes to just look at a chart and say, I think it might bounce at the resistance zone. And you stare at something like this, like a schizophrenic, for like 10 minutes and drawing all these little lines and arrows and dashes and annotations everywhere, and you still can't figure it out. Trading's hard, but I'm trying to make it a little bit easier for you here by helping you out in the free Telegram channel. CAD JPY, I've thought this might bounce, but I'm not so sure exactly what I'm going to do. I did have a support resistance zone here. I've got a few clients in my group chat that are considering buying this. I don't know. I could see it maybe working out, but it's already started to bounce a little bit last week. I don't know. I'm gonna sit on my hands on this one and wait for a little bit. For some reason, I feel like it might be breaking below, but again, who knows? GBP NZD, if it goes a little higher, I'm going to look to sell. Why? I mean, let's just look at price action here for a second. Up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. And then if it goes all the way up there, right, hugely overextended, I just think maybe it'll fall back down, right? This is the up and down zigzag strategy. So, I mean, it's not Like it's all very, very simple stuff, right? Because price just goes up or down. You don't have to tell yourself it's this crazy story about, the market makers are stopping out the retail traders above the high and they're going to do the swing low for the daily end of day high. And that's going to knock out the price. The price is going to come back. And then the retail traders are going to pile into shorts before getting liquidated by the institutions and price is going to come back. It's insane, right? Price goes up or down. You don't know why the fuck price goes up or down. You're just making up shit in your head. The only way you will have somewhat of a way of being profitable is saying, I think this trade is worth taking based on my experience and based on the risk structure. And so I will sell here and I'll put a stop loss here and I'll put a target here. And you just use your experience to trade. No one knows what the hell's going to happen. Even if you end up being right, you don't know exactly why it did that, right? You can just say whatever the hell you want. You're like, yeah, price went here because the retail traders got stopped and it took the buy side liquidity out. And then price ended up having a reversion because the institutions wanted to take price to the low of the day from Friday. And I'm sitting here like smoking a cigar, sipping my espresso with a top hat and a single spectacle right here, looking at you like a proper Englishman. And I'm just like, quite. Is that so? It's crazy. People make up all sorts of reasons. You know why I say price goes up or down? I just say, I don't know. Maybe it'll work, maybe it won't. As long as I make a little bit more money than I lose long term, it's all that matters. And it's going to be the same for you. Your experience is going to play a big role in that, and your willingness and ability to manage and control risk. GBP AUD is the same as GBP NZD. I still think it's going to have a reversion at some point soon. Waiting on it to go a little bit higher, but I'm already in GBP CAD, so I doubt I'm going to be selling any more GBP pairs. USD JPY, I have no clue what we'll do. It broke the little zone where I bought last week, and I took a little bit of a loss. I lost $3,000 on that. $3,000. That's like 2 months of my Porsche payment. The payment's like, I think $1,500 a month, so it's 2 months of my Porsche payment gone in one trade. So USD JPY, I don't know what's going to happen. NZD CAD, I have nothing. Euro GBP, I kind of thought it might bounce here at this low, but I ended up not taking any buys. I wouldn't have taken it anyway just because price didn't get all the way to the actual lows. It actually reversed just before it. But this is like a pretty heavy downtrend right here. It's just pretty obvious. So for some reason, I feel like it would be a better idea to wait for price to actually break these lows and then buy down here and then seeing like a little reversion to come back up. Euro GBP is a pretty rangy pair. It's a really good mean reversion pair. Meaning just like it generally covers a lot of territory back and forth. You don't have trend moves that are as crazy strong. So generally when it goes in one direction, as long as you're spacing out like the places you're buying and selling at and waiting for entries when price really extends kind of like quickly in one direction, something like that, then you generally have nice reversions on it. But I don't see anything right now. I might buy if it goes like much lower, where maybe like 0.81 would probably be good. If we can get down here to 0.81 on Euro GBP, that would be pretty nice. It'd be pretty sexy. And make a little bit of money here. Maybe make some of this money back that I've lost. AUD USD, I don't see anything. It's just like all the other USD pairs right now. Nothing for me. AUD CAD, I don't see anything personally. USD CAD, a lot of people think are going to drop, and I see their point. It's at a daily, weekly resistance zone, so it's like daily, weekly chart. I get it. Like prices like hitting here and going. The thing is USD CAD, I got my ass flogged like last year, and I think I lost like 20 or 30 grand on this trade. I think I lost like 30 grand on this trade, and it kept going up, and it was just flogging me. And now, I mean, had I stayed in it, would have been even worse of a loss. And now it's just been ranging since. Look at this shit, December. We're coming up on 2.5 months, right? So it's like almost 3 months. This shit has just been going sideways. I don't know. I don't look at USD CAD with the same sort of promiscuity that I used to previous had back in my younger days a couple months ago whenever she beat the shit out of me. I got the Jolly Dickens beat out of me. Mate, it was crazy. And I just don't know. I don't know if I think this is going to drop. I actually kind of feel like it might go up. Not to mention the US dollar has been crazy strong since Trump took over. So, I mean, I don't know. I'm not saying I'm going to predict the fundamentals. For some reason, I just don't personally feel like it's a good idea. That's just my belief. I'm sticking to it. AUD, JPY, I don't know. Just like CAD, JPY, could bounce here at the support, could not. For some reason, I don't get the greatest feeling. Another USD pair, NZD, USD, I don't see anything. Another JPY pair, I really don't see anything on GJ. I don't see any major zones close to price. If we get up here, I think this will be a decent sell. I think this is an area where price generally has a little bit of like bounces at, right? Bounces resistance, bounces support. Fumbled around here for a second before just selling off last August, and now we've bounced twice at resistance. That could work, but for right now, it's nowhere close to that, right? It would have to have a huge move up there, like 700 pips, so I'm just kind of waiting. USD CHF, there was a nice trade that I did not end up taking just because I wasn't watching this pair at that time, but price came up here back at the beginning of this year, bounced from this resistance zone. I don't see anything there. However, I do see a nice little sexy support zone here. But in either case, for it to get back all the way up to the resistance zone of the support zone, I mean, we're like 450 pips away from the resistance zone and maybe like same distance from the support zone, 450 pips. It's kind of a long shot. There's really nothing to do like right now at least. And Euro JPY, she's been kind of patching around her range. I don't know what will happen with this. I'm not really looking at it either. CAD JPY and Euro JPY look the best. I think CAD JPY looks a little bit better. Why do I think CAD JPY looks a little bit better? I don't know. I just kind of see this as a zone that seems to be more respected. We've had two aggressive, really big jumps right here, and also it played around a support resistance in the past. It didn't respect it at all right there and right there. But the fact that we've had two more bounces here in the past, along with a little bit of like bullish price action, that seems to look a little bit better for me. But honestly, Euro JPY doesn't look so terrible either. It's just already bounced here at this region. So let's see what happens. Finally, Bitcoin. What the hell is Bitcoin doing? I don't know. No one knows. What's going to happen long term? I think it's going to go up. Am I concerned about all the shit going on right now? No. I'm not selling anything. In fact, I've bought more. I bought some Bitcoin. I bought some Solana. Bought some Algorand. I just bought. I kind of just bought a little bit of everything. You buy the dip type of thing. Then it goes up and making money. You ever heard of making money in trading? Bitcoin, I don't know what'll happen, but I think long term we're going to probably go up to 130K is like a modest price target for this bull run. I was personally thinking it would go a lot further. For those of you who've been following me for like a year, I was saying like literally almost a year ago, the beginning of 2024, so probably getting close to a year ago, I was saying $250,000 price target for Bitcoin. Unless the U.S. government and other countries start buying a lot of Bitcoin, I can't say that I think that that's what's actually going to happen. I could see maybe the crazy target 200K for this bull run, but honestly, I'm not even that. I'm so conservative now with the price of Bitcoin. I think 150K would be kind of like where I would just sell everything. What I'm going to be doing is watching it if it gets to 130K, because I think 130K will happen this bull run, right? That's 50% where current prices are. It was already at 109,000, and I mean from 109,000 up to 130K, that would have only been another 20% move from the all-time highs. I think that's perfectly reasonable. So 130K, I'm going to start looking at everything on Bitcoin, all the crypto, like Bitcoin, Algorand, Solana, everything. And I might be selling some holdings there, but I'm not quite sure yet. I've just been holding. I haven't sold anything for years. I've just been holding it all, just been waiting. So let's see what will happen on Algorand. I think Algorand presents a great risk reward opportunity. I've got a good little bag of Algorand here, and if we pop up to the all-time highs, that'll be over 1,000% gain. Am I going to hold that for it? No, probably not. I'll probably sell much before that. Maybe at like $1, I think would be a kind of a good target, because that'll be a new higher high. And I do think we have plenty of sort of liquidity in here that price could move that fast up there and cover that much territory on a percentage basis. That'd be 300%. That'd be a nice little gain on my bag of Algorand. That'd be really nice. Same thing with Solana. I think Solana will return back to the all-time highs. I'm in around the current price right now. I think 143, I think, is my average price. So a little bit of a loss right here, but still it's like, it's pretty much break even in my opinion for a crypto pair or for a crypto token. If we just hit the all-time high again, that's about 100% move back up to the all-time high. Where's Solana going to go this bull run? A lot of people are saying 300. I could see that. It's pretty much the all-time high. A lot of people are saying 400 as well. And I've seen some people saying, Solana's easily going to hit 500. I could see that happening too. I'm going to be watching what price does when it gets back to the all-time high, which is 300. And if that happens, I might look to sell a little bit or all of it. We'll just see what happens. That's my analysis for Forex trading this week, as well as my little outlook on the crypto market. All I really do here is I draw some zones and I draw some arrows, and I just pretty much play rock, paper, scissors with the market, and I just buy and sell randomly. So maybe you shouldn't listen to anything I'm saying. But I've been trading for almost a decade, and all this stuff has been working for like the past 7 years. It took me about 2 years to get profitable. This month marks 9 years that I started trading. It's crazy. Like, I can't believe it's already been almost a decade. I was like a little kid when I started. I was 21 years old. Now I'm 30. Now I'm a grown-ass old man yelling at kids to get off my lawn because they climb up my high-rise building on my balcony and start jumping around on my lawn. I have to yell at them with my cane because I'm an old man now. I got joint pain and arthritis. Like, the moment I turned 30, I woke up that morning and I was like, wow, my back hurts. And I had the uncontrollable desire to want to watch the football game and drink some beers and sit in a lawn chair or something. It was very strange. But yeah, now that I'm getting older, I need to start taking my life a little bit more seriously and start maybe controlling risk a little bit better, and maybe not losing tens of thousands of dollars a day trading Forex, just gambling my life savings on crypto. But if you want to stay here for it and you think it's funny, then, You can watch more of my videos, and I'll see you in the next video. If you like this video, be sure to do whatever the hell you want. I don't care. And if you want to join my Telegram channel, then I don't know, the link's there. You can join it. And maybe you shouldn't. Maybe you should just do it on your own. It's fine. I'll just sit here and keep yelling alone in my apartment. Hope you have a great rest of the day. I'll see you. Bye.